Coming up, learn how corrections facilities are fighting staff shortages.
Then see how independent filmmakers get their chance to shine on the big screen.
Finally, Tinder is testing new price subscriptions. Learn what the app plans for the future.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
Good afternoon, I'm Zachary Hill.
And I'm Faith Tiskevich.
Brain drain, or net outmigration of people with bachelor's degrees or more, has persisted in Nebraska since 2010, and the trend is negative. Others are leaving the state at alarming rates. Research from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that the major reason people leave is for a new job or a job transfer. Director of VONO's Center for Public Affairs Research, Dr. Josie Schaefer, says college graduates tend to steer away from low-wage jobs.
Folks with bachelor's degrees are much more likely to be in high-wage jobs. So it would make sense that there would be more job opportunities or better pay in another state for those highly educated, high-demand workers.
The Center for Public Affairs found that 65% of Nebraskans have some higher education, which leads to higher income and social mobility. Nebraska's shifting workforce is the major thing to keep an eye on. Schaefer says more job and economic opportunities would help.
Energy insecurity is rising, and more families are struggling to pay their bills. According to Energy Information Administration, energy prices rose 59% over the course of 2021. Reporter Chris Rios shares the local energy assistance programs.
Saturday, the Omaha Power Plant District and the Metropolitan Utilities District hosted their 16th annual Heat the Streets Run and Walk for Warmth, with proceeds benefiting local utility assistance programs. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, in 2020, 11% of the U.S. population lived in poverty. The contributing factor? According to the 2020 Energy Burden Report by the American Council for an Energy Efficient Economy, the average American household spent 3.1% of its income on energy costs. Support Services Supervisor Gary Floyd shares why the run is important to him.
With a utility like power, everyone needs power. And it's so humbling to be able to come and realize that it's not accessible to everyone. And, we need to make sure it's helpful to everyone, and available to everyone.
According to the Energy Information Administration, in 2020, 34 million U.S. households reported having difficulty paying for energy bills. Heat the Streets is hosted in the cold winter months to bring attention to those who struggle to heat their homes.
Oh, it's a great cause. There are a lot of people struggling out there, so anything we can do to come out and help and have fun at the same time, it's a win-win.
OPPD's Customer Assistance Program, CAP, is designed to provide financial assistance in the form of a monthly credit. OPPD also offers the Energy Efficiency Assistance Program, which reduces your monthly utility bills and grants up to $2,000 in energy-efficient home upgrades. You are not alone. Help is available. For the Omaha News, I'm Chris Rios.
On a federal level, Low-Income Energy Assistance Program LIHEAP makes financial assistance available for low-income households with immediate energy.
Douglas County Corrections is raising the bar for correctional facilities around the country when it comes to paying their staff members. Reporter Danny Bolaños takes a deep dive into what forced the change in employee wages.
Thanks, Zach. Right behind me is the Douglas County Corrections Facility, which is the largest jail in the Midwest. It can hold up to 1,449 inmates at a time. Douglas County Corrections has struggled with a staffing shortage for many months. However, with a recent wage increase from $21.35 to $30 per hour, hopes are high that this will fix the problem. Before the wage increase, classes for correctional guard training were at 8 occupants. Sergeant for Douglas County Corrections Rebecca Owens says after the wage increase, a class of 32 expects to start their training soon.
We are still technically down probably about 60 officers. We're getting back to a good place. But corrections is one of those places where we have a lot of turnover. We have a lot of people go on to different agencies or go on to different careers in general.
Douglas County Corrections has one of the highest paid wages for correctional officers in the nation, making it difficult for other counties to match the payment in order to bring in the best people on for the job.
Especially with seeing a wage increase, sometimes you'll see individuals like from other agencies or other counties try to match that. So, that's a kind of an incentive to come work with them.
With great pay also comes great responsibility. Correctional guards currently enrolled in a 6-week training academy are put through different kinds of scenarios, with learning how to communicate properly with frustrated individuals, as well as learning proper CPR, first aid, and defense tactics. The current contract for correctional guards making $30 an hour is guaranteed until a deal for a new wage is made in 2024. Back to you, Zach and Faith, in the studio.
After the break, new ownership of a ski area marks its first year of upgrades. Join us as we check in on the changes.
Coming up, learn how AI voice cloning attempts to model the human brain.
IT is so broad that it's not just coding. It can be applied in so many different ways in different areas.
Technology impacts a lot of different things, a lot of different people, and if you can truly put yourself in their shoes and trying to solve that problem, just understanding that why is truly important.
UNO is one of those places where you can come and really get involved in whatever you want.
I ended up taking a bioinformatics class, and I ended up with an MD, PhD. I can do both the research and I can help people.
I chose the College of ISMT because it was my dream to become a data manager, and this college fits the best.
They're really the best people to be teaching the classes because they know and have worked in the field.
There's always a people factor, and getting people that are interested in your development is key to your success.
I want people to feel comfortable being part of the group. I remember when I was in high school, I was at my most comfortable when I was eating lunch with my friends in the band room. And it was my tribe, it was the people that I liked being around. So I try to facilitate an environment where those students have that tribe, that support system.
The 18th annual Omaha Film Festival opens with a strong premiere of over 100 films. Reporter Josue Garcia covers what Movie Magazine calls one of the top 50 film festivals to attend.
Hosted by Exarban Cinema, the Omaha Film Festival shines a spotlight on independent filmmaking. With over 1,000 entries submitted this year, Chief Executive Director Mark Lombreg says this is the strongest year for Community Showcase.
This year we have, I think we have more entries from the local community than we ever have.
With expected attendees like Warren Buffett and members of the Husker football team, Lombreg hopes this year's selection exhibits practical incentives seen in Los Angeles, Toronto, and Atlanta for the arts in Omaha.
But ultimately, the thing that really matters, the thing that gives you a strong, vibrant filmmaking community is the crew, like having access to people in your community that know how to do sound, know how to do lighting, know how to run the camera, know how to do all the DIT.
Omaha's filmmaking atmosphere has earned the attention of Hollywood professionals. Danny Farber, an actor in Paramount Plus's 1923, says Omaha has room for industry impact.
A market like Omaha, you're in such a sweet position where you come in with a camera, a little bit of a lighting package, and like 8 to 12 people. It really is a testament to supporting local businesses and kind of getting local chamber of commerce involved. If you guys really want to go ahead that route, there are municipalities that are set up in a way to help each other out to kind of satisfy the needs of everybody in the community.
Backed by dozens of local commerce and retail, the Omaha Film Festival is on track to do just that. For the Omaha News, I'm Josue Garcia.
The Omaha Film Festival is ongoing now until Sunday, March 12th, with screenings from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
In January of 2022, Pottawatomie County took ownership of Mount Crescent ski area located 15 miles northeast of Omaha. Reporter Madison Bonine visited Mount Crescent to observe the first year's progress.
With new owners comes new things, and Mount Crescent Ski Area is no stranger to that. Under the county's new ownership, there have been many upgrades to the ski area, including expanding the snowmaking pond, upgrading the electrical system, and adding a bar in the lounge. Potawatomi County Conservation, Promotions, and Outreach Coordinator Kylie Gumpert says they really wanted to prioritize experiences on the hill, and it is already paying off.
Community-wise, like the community support and people who have come out, it's been overwhelmingly positive since the county took over this year.
With the addition of 4 new snowmaking machines for this ski season, there's always a 100% chance of snow at Mount Crescent. But be careful, you never know when a snowball fight might break out. Avid skier and season pass holder Frank Forlini has been skiing at Mount Crescent for the past 4 seasons and saw the improvements on the mountain firsthand. He says the addition of the new snowmaking machines and the larger snowmaking pond has made it possible to open up the slopes on the south side of the mountain that haven't been open in over 10 years. He also believes that with the county's new ownership, the overall attitude at Mount Crescent has changed for the better.
The workers are a little more upbeat. They see the future as a little more bright, and there's a lot of opportunity for growth and changes on things that they want.
While the final numbers haven't been crunched yet, since ski season isn't quite over, the managers at Mount Crescent believe that this is one of the busiest seasons on record, all thanks to the county. For the Omaha News, I'm Madison Bonine.
Ski season will officially end at Mount Crescent on Saturday, March 11th, so you still have a few days to hit the slopes.
Generative AI programs like Midjourney, DALL-E, and ChatGPT continue to catch headlines and shake up the way media is made. Reporter Jamie Harvey tells us about the humorous creations made by the users of one new generative AI program.
You might have seen them come across your TikTok feed, satirical videos featuring United States presidents playing video games with shockingly accurate voices.
We're not beating the hard-stuck Masters allegations, Don.
That is so Cap Joe.
The creators of most of these videos use instant voice cloning, an AI-powered tool offered by tech startup 11 Labs. According to a company press release, the tool can accurately recreate someone's voice based on a clip as short as 5 seconds.
Your aim is about as bad as your policies.
UNO computer science professor Victor Winter says that machine learning, the type of artificial intelligence 11 Labs uses, attempts to model the way the human brain works using a system called a neural network.
To create a system that can learn in the way that the human brain learns, at least at some level of abstraction.
The results of 11 Labs voice cloning can be near perfect.
In fact, everything you've heard up to this point and everything you'll hear after was generated by 11 Labs. The company's excited about its technology's potential in film dubbing, accessibility programs, and enterprise automation.
However, stories of the program's misuse have been making headlines. Professor of Media Communication Dr. Jeremy Lipschultz says that whenever a new technology emerges, some people will find a way to use it productively, and others will use it to create misinformation.
It requires the user, the audience member, that we exercise strong media literacy skills.
But despite the downsides, Lipschultz and Winter both believe AI technology is the future. For the Omaha News, I'm an 11 Labs replica of Jamie Harvey.
11 Labs has responded to the creation of misinformation and other abuses of its services by putting its voice cloning tool behind a paywall, and is considering taking further action to crack down on misuse of its tools.
So how do I know for sure it's really you I'm talking to, Jamie?
Well, short of walking across the studio to see for yourself, you really can't. However, tech writers have suggested that AI-powered vocal tools should use audio watermarks in a frequency not heard by humans, but understandable by software, so AI voices can be recognized and identified.
Thanks, probably, Jamie. We'll have to wait and see how the technology develops.
After the break, learn how Omaha Volleyball gets a big opportunity.
Coming up, Tinder is gouging its users on new pricing plans. Join us to learn the implications of Tinder paid services.
I'm a veteran, wear my battle scars like a letterman's. I done crawled through the mud full speed, so I wouldn't underestimate me.
of Nebraska at Omaha's bookstore is home to more than books. The UNO bookstore accommodates all students' needs with phone and laptop repairs at the iFix UNO station or free residence hall delivery. The bookstore, located in the Milevale Student Center, is full of Maverick merchandise. Find sweatshirts for chilly Nebraska days or cozy UNO mugs for every coffee fix. Shop anytime at unobookstore.com.
I never thought I'd be standing in the clouds looking down on the ancient ruins of the Incan Empire. I never thought I'd live among the street artists in Valparaiso. I never thought I'd make friends that would last a lifetime.
Adventure's out there, and as Mavericks, it's up to us to find it.
Stop thinking, start doing. Visit educationabroad.unomaha.edu.
Hi, I'm Merritt Elgren. Omaha Volleyball is serving up something special later this year. Let's go courtside as the Mavericks prepare to take their game to a familiar foe's home turf. Excitement is brewing in Nebraska as football is given the boot and a new sport prepares to take center court on the state's largest stage, Memorial Stadium. The Mavericks will soon take their game outside as they test their strength against the Huskers on August 30th. The match will serve as the primetime event for Volleyball Day in Nebraska, which will also feature an exhibition between Nebraska Kearney and Wayne State College earlier that afternoon. The goal of the event is to celebrate the sport's impact on the state. Senior Rachel Fairbanks says that this unique event will be momentous for the sport. Now we get the chance to make a big impact in the sport and keep growing the fan base of volleyball itself. You don't need to look much farther than the 2022 NCAA Division I Volleyball Championships to see the impact the sport has had on Nebraska. But leaving the confines of the arena could potentially serve up something special for both fans and players. UNO Volleyball Associate Head Coach Kelly O'Connor says that many homegrown players on her roster are excited at the chance to play somewhere where they grew up watching their favorite teams compete.
We had a girl cry and she was like, "This is so cool!" And then we had other people like, "Whoa, this is going to be awesome."
In December, the NCAA Division I Volleyball Championship match brought a packed house to CHI Health Center, which has played host to 5 of the 10 highest attended matches in finals history, according to KLKN. In September, Wisconsin and Nebraska broke the NCAA volleyball attendance record, bringing in a crowd of 18,755 fans, according to the NCAA. O'Connor says that she hopes for a sold-out Memorial Stadium in August to elevate women's sports to the biggest stage imaginable. Tickets to Volleyball Day in Nebraska will be available to the general public on Wednesday, April 26th. Ticket information for Nebraska, UNO, UNK, and Wayne State students will be available at a later date. The Mavericks may have played their last regular season game at home against St. Cloud State, but Omaha is not done playing games at Baxter Arena, as they will play a playoff series at home this weekend.
This season, the Mavericks have been successful on home ice. Omaha is 10-6-2 when playing at Baxter Arena. With this level of success at home has been a big reason behind the Mavericks clinching home ice for the NCHC quarterfinal round. Omaha head coach Mike Gabinet says the team is looking forward to play playoff hockey.
To be able to come home and rest a little bit and prepare for a playoff series is huge. So looking forward to it. I know the guys are really excited about it and can't wait to play playoffs at home.
When the Omaha Mavericks take the ice here at Baxter Arena, it will be only the 3rd time that they have hosted the first round of the conference tournament. On top of that, they are trying to become the first ever Omaha team to make it to the NCHC Frozen Face-Off up in St. Paul. While playing at home is reason enough for excitement, the Mavericks will also have the opportunity to play in front of a crowd that has supported them all season long, with Omaha ranking 4th in college hockey attendance. Sophomore defenseman Victor Mancini says it is going to be a remarkable experience.
You want to focus on one thing at a time, but it's very cool to have that in the back of your mind, knowing that you're going to play at home again for one more weekend, and how awesome it's been, all year with this crowd and with the students and everything that's been going around in Omaha and at Baxter. So it's going to be awesome.
This season, the Mavericks have the third best winning percentage on home ice in the NCHC. Omaha have won 56% of their games at Baxter Arena. The Mavericks will look to increase this percentage when they take the ice for the first round of the NCHC playoffs. For the Omaha News, I'm Mitchell Kutcher.
Omaha will host North Dakota in the first round of the conference tournament. Quarterfinal play will begin on Friday, March 10th. Our reporter Gaylor Damian is live at Baxter Arena to preview Omaha hockey's weekend quarterfinal matchup against North Dakota. Hey, Gaylor.
Thanks, Merritt. The team here at Baxter Arena has set up the ice with anticipation of what should be a thrilling matchup against North Dakota, a team they are yet to beat this season when they faced off a week ago in Grand Forks. The Mavericks are currently ranked 18th in the pairwise National Hockey Poll, and just this week, it was announced that freshman Blue Liners Jacob Gavin and Joaquim LeMay were voted into the NCHC All-Rookie team. They need to be on high alert as the Hawks bring with them one of the best power units in the country. It should prove to be an interesting and thrilling weekend series, with the winner moving on to the Frozen Face-Off in St. Paul, Minnesota. Back to you, Merritt.
That's all for sports this week. We'll have more sports news from around the Omaha Metro for you next week.
The media landscape is vastly different from the past. Conglomeration and consolidation have changed the skill sets required to succeed. Journalists must not only know how to conduct research, interview, and write stories, but they also have to know how to shoot and edit the stories they tell. Likewise, creative media professionals must know how to interview, research, and write the stories they shoot and edit. In the School of Communication, we require students to gain experience and proficiencies employers are seeking. The two hardest mediated genres to produce are live sports and newscasts. Thus, once our students are taught the basics, they are given opportunities to improve the abilities at these genres. Capstones 1 and 2 feature the culmination of skill sets. Once students produce the Omaha News, they can use it in their demo reel to show their skills. From here, students can go anywhere.
According to NPR.org, public radio has been a staple in the broadcasting world since 1910. Reporter Lindsay Tegg tunes into an NPR affiliate station to share details for staying on the air.
Whether it be pop, rock, or country music, more than 244.5 million Americans listen to radio every week, according to 4 Media Group. 90.7 KVNO is Omaha's classical music radio station. The station has been on air for over 50 years. Emma Cooney, KVNO's development associate, says that the key to staying on is listener support.
So in order to create the radio, we rely very heavily on the support of our listeners all coming together to fund it.
Musical America Worldwide conducted a study with a Maryland-based station resource group that determined 11 million Americans listen to public radio stations each week. The station will see listener support come through when it comes time for fundraisers. It is said that the easiest way to support your local classical music radio station, picking up the phone during fund drives, and making a pledge. Hello? Grandma, I don't have time right now. Maverick Mossick is a saxophonist and avid radio listener. He says when it comes to local radio, he'll always be a supporter because of how it improves his talents as a musician.
Really reading music is taking a story and playing that through an instrument.
The Pew Research Center says that public radio station listenership had a 9% decline from 2021 to 2022. Cooney says community involvement and listener holdup is what will stop the decline from increasing. For the Omaha News, I'm Lindsay Tegg.
According to NPR.org, public radio is also the most accessible source of local breaking news for the community.
According to data.ai, in 2021, consumers around the globe spent $4.2 billion on dating applications. I explore the motivation folks have for dedicating money and time on these apps. Earlier this year, it was announced that the dating app with 75 million monthly users, Tinder, is testing a $500 a month subscription. The app currently offers 3 levels of service ranging from $8 to $30 a month, offering advantages from super likes to profile boosts. While none of these factors can even guarantee more connections, former Tinder user Sapphire Bennett says there is pressure to invest.
You get really discouraged when you keep having bad luck and you're like, well, maybe if I had these extra features on this dating app, I'd have more luck.
Mental health therapist Amanda Murtaugh says swiping can create a sense of urgency, and spending is just one reaction a dejected user may have. She also says there can be a correlation between depressive symptoms and swiping. Wait.
If you're seeing other people and rapid fire multiple profiles all at once, there can be a level of comparison that goes on in my own mind.
While coughing up $500 a month or checking every spare second may seem obsessive, there are ways to healthily balance time and money spent between your in-person and online relationships. Murtaugh says it all starts with being mindful of your habits, and if you notice frustration or resentfulness, take a step back.
Why am I swiping? Like, what are my values? What am I trying to gain from this? And is that actually working out for me? Or do I need to kind of redirect or try investing in a different way?
Whether you're looking for the one or just a little fun, Murtaugh says with so many things being online nowadays, there's no shame in trying the same for your dating life, as long as you're keeping the balance that's right for you. While nothing is confirmed, it's rumored splashing $500 a month could get you a dating coach, increase exposure, and the chance to be shown to users for a second time.
That's all for today. Join us again next week for more news and entertainment in the Heartland.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at UNO The Omaha News, or find our website for even more news and stories at unomahanews.com.
From all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Omaha News. We are Omaha.
The complex was condemned by the city in January for numerous safety reasons.
We are truth tellers and award winners.
They process and recycle approximately 100,000 tons of material.
We are a community of strength and a team of big dreams. We are the Omaha News, where the people are the story.
It is the longest-running Omaha-based statewide television program on the air today. Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Wyatt, producer and host of Consider This. Now in our 25th season, we wish to acknowledge those who have made this educational journey possible. Our guests, underwriters, student crews, the Knowledge Network, the University of Nebraska at Omaha, and of course, viewers just like you. Thank you for watching.
3,000 student athletes from 10 institutions, competing in 19 sports for national prominence, striving for excellence in academics and athletics, seeking to become champions. Nearly 100,000 students and more than 800,000 alumni celebrate Summit League student athletes and their rise to reach the summit. The Summit League, where tomorrow's leaders strive to reach the summit today.
There's a unique educational experience right here in Omaha. With access to top-rated programs, in-demand degrees, and a worldwide community of graduates, UNO prepares students for life, wherever it may lead. From Omaha to Italy to Uganda to Japan, Mavericks are working in communities around the globe. So where will a degree from UNO take you? UNO, access to exceptional, access to the world. Learn more at unomaha.edu.